Now, let's get to other stories. The integrity of the SIM card re-registration exercise has been called into question by some Ghanaians who have found their Ghana cards linked to several unapproved numbers without their knowledge. Government commenced the mandatory exercise in 2021, hoping to put together a proper SIM card registry. But people are beginning to realize that other numbers are being linked to their cards without permission, and the process of delinking those numbers are also cumbersome. Listen to some victims who have had several numbers registered on their Ghana cards. Well, we'll hear from those people later, but we've been joined by a lawyer and data privacy and information security practitioner, Desmond Israel. He'll be telling us more. Mr. Israel, I'm grateful for your time this afternoon. First, how do you react to news that many customers of the telcos are finding out their Ghana cards have been linked to unapproved numbers?
It comes to me as not a big surprise. If you remember, I've been on this issue on your network twice, one with you and the other with your colleague on the Joy Geek squad. Essentially, I had questioned the design of the system and whether it could actually assure some level of integrity. Hindsight has just unveiled that we have a process gap in there, which allows people to clandestinely register additional SIM numbers to already existing Ghana card holders' information.
Yeah.
So what I actually suspect is happening is that when you go through the USSD service, which is it's a bare bones service, it doesn't have much in terms of security features. I mean, people who do these things will tell you when you try to use the USSD, the system is designed such that at the point of adding the additional phone number, an OTP, which is the on-time password, is sent to the one that is adding the new number, who then authenticates, and then the registration is complete. Essentially, also on the registration, you can just enter your Ghana card details without any system level validation. The only validation that is done is for the OTP that is received by the number, which actually completes the process. That's where I think that there's some sort of vulnerability. Call it a logic flaw, which is usually the technical term for these things. With the process design itself, because this OTP has to come to the original person who registered the Ghana card number, what we call the primary contact verification. So the primary contact verification should have been, if Desmond registered the Ghana card, the initial number Desmond used at the KYC to register the Ghana card number should automatically be linked such that if you want to add additional numbers, the OTP must be sent back to the primary contact verification number, which was originally registered with the Ghana card. And that would allow Desmond to assess if he was actually adding additional numbers to his Ghana card. Unfortunately, this is not there by the current design of the process. And therefore, anybody at all could actually start the USSD process. And then when it gets to the point where they need to authenticate with the OTP is sent to the number. So obviously, a clandestine linkage of the number can be done on the background without the original holder of the Ghana card having any indication that this is happening. And I think that's not the best way to go with such a system. Essentially, it definitely breaches data integrity. I've read a few and heard a few comments that is trying to challenge that. And I think that they are not paying attention to the issues. But it actually goes back to the matter of data protection, which has a very core principle about data integrity and data security.
That's where I'm going. That's where I'm taking this conversation to, because in fact, the delinking process itself has proven to be cumbersome. And worst of it is the breach that you talk about, the breach of trust between clients and the telcos. Are there legal ramifications that customers can explore?
Okay, well, I tread cautiously to want to say there's that breach of trust with the telcos per se. Even though they are also actors, you can call them agents of the registration process. But I think that the trust that is breached here is more of we having a system as a country that allows somebody to own SIM card that is actually matched to my identity. So essentially, you're saying that I own SIM cards that I don't own, right? And that the regulator would have to stand up to. It is a responsibility of the regulator and all these agents that are actors under the law get these registrations done. It is their duty, it is their responsibility. Indeed, I would have even expected that the Data Protection Commission would be interested in this matter, because it also goes back to what we call data subject access rights, where I should be able to know what sort of modifications about this information, and it has to be consistent with the realities of the data subject. Unfortunately, this is not what we have. And you have to go back through this process to have these numbers linked, and so long as people are be able to still add numbers to the system, or even the existing numbers, if they are used in any form or shape to undertake any activity at all that maligns the original card holder, you have actually put the card holder's identity in jeopardy, and that is where identity theft actually is of a concern. Concerning the telcos themselves, I know that when it comes to SIM authentication center and all these other components of the service delivery for you, they are not in any way linked to the registration. The connection between all SIMs and the registration is to prove that somebody owns the SIM, but it doesn't go into your service delivery and your billing and like people have tried to suggest SIM swap and all that. It doesn't. Technically, it doesn't, because I've looked at the structure. But the problem still is we developing a system. Of course, we have a regulator who was in charge of this, which is the NIA. So we delivering a system to people that allows others to own SIM cards in their name. That is what we've actually done, and I think it's pretty much something that would be an interesting subject of
and so subscribers have no option than to just watch on while this is being done to them.
No, subscribers who intend to take on the powers that be, the institutions that be, for the right reasons, I want to believe that they should be able to do that. We have a number of legal frameworks for this on which they can proceed to. Fortunately, the mandatory SIM registration was not necessarily a voluntary action. It was a mandatory action which was backed by law. It gave room for certain, if you like, safeguards to be put in place. We have data privacy laws. We have laws under Electronic Communications Act and the rest. But you would want to really look at the issues and find out where your course of action would lie. But as a practitioner, as a legal practitioner, as somebody who understands the space also, I wouldn't say that subscribers do not have any chance of taking on issues they want to. More importantly, I would like to see the organizations and the
NCA.
Exactly. Thank you. The NCA and the NIA coming forth, to actually get things together and get things done right. The delisting process, I understand, is the first level of mitigation to cut down the risk. So, of course, that could go into some of the defenses of, okay, so we found it and we are taking steps to do this and we are taking steps to do that. But I don't think that it's enough at this stage. They would have to look at the design of the system and give further assurances against any additional chances that this could happen again.
Grateful for your time, Desmond Israel. He's a lawyer in data privacy and information security practitioner, and he's been speaking about the NCA and the re-registration exercise and the matters arising now.